You sit down to study, book open, pen ready. Everything feels like it's finally going to work today. But then you pick up your phone for just a second, just to check something quickly. And somehow, that second turns into minutes. And those minutes disappear into something else entirely. When you look up again, you don't even remember what you were supposed to do. And this keeps happening. Not once, not twice, but again and again. So the question is not, why am I distracted? The real question is, what is actually happening inside your brain? Step 1. The chemical behind distraction. Inside your brain is a chemical called dopamine. Most people think dopamine is about pleasure, but that is not fully true. Dopamine is actually the motivation chemical. It does not give you happiness after something happens. It pushes you toward things your brain predicts will feel rewarding. Now, here is the important part. Studying gives slow and delayed dopamine. You put in effort first, and results come later. But your phone gives instant dopamine. Every scroll, every video, every notification gives your brain a quick reward signal. So your brain starts learning a pattern. Why wait for reward when I can get it instantly? And slowly, your attention starts shifting toward what is easier, not what is important. Step 2. The battle for control in your brain. There are two major systems competing inside your brain. One is the prefrontal cortex. This is the part responsible for focus, planning, and self-control. It is the system that says, study now, benefit later. But there is another system, driven by dopamine and emotional response. This system is fast, reactive, and focused on instant reward. When you are tired, bored, or stressed, the control system becomes weaker, and the reward system becomes stronger. So a silent battle begins inside your mind. One part says, focus. The other says, just check your phone for a minute. And most of the time, the instant reward system wins. Not because you are weak, but because it is faster and more automatic. Step 3. How distraction becomes a habit loop. Distraction is not random. It becomes a loop your brain learns over time. It works like this. You feel bored or stuck. That is the cue. You pick up your phone. That is the action. You feel instant relief or entertainment. That is the reward. This loop repeats again and again, and your brain starts automating it. So the next time you feel even slightly bored, your brain does not ask you. It simply pushes you toward distraction automatically. This is why it feels like you are not in control sometimes, because in that moment, it is not a decision anymore. It is a habit. Step 4. Why starting feels so hard. One of the biggest struggles is not studying itself. It is starting. That is because at the beginning, your brain is resisting the change. It is trying to keep you in the familiar dopamine pattern. But if you manage to push through the first few minutes, something important happens. Your dopamine system stabilizes. Your brain slowly shifts from reward-seeking mode into focus mode. And what felt impossible at the start begins to feel normal. This is why the first few minutes always feel the hardest. Not because the task is difficult, but because your brain is switching states. Step 5. How to take back control. You do not fix distraction by forcing motivation. You fix it by changing how your brain responds to the environment. First, start small. Not hours of study, just 10 minutes, because your brain does not resist small commitments as strongly. Second, remove easy access to distraction. If your phone is beside you, your brain will negotiate with you. If it is far away, the loop is harder to start. Third, use time as structure. Tell yourself, I only need to focus until the timer ends. This removes pressure and helps your brain enter focus mode more easily. And slowly, your attention starts coming back. Not all at once, but step by step. So if you are struggling to focus, it does not mean you are lazy. It does not mean you are broken. It means your brain has adapted to a world full of instant rewards. But the moment you understand how the system works, you are no longer blindly stuck in it. You can start changing it, one small focused moment at a time. And over time, you do not just become someone who studies. You become someone who can control where their attention goes. And that changes everything.